I do my best to try and just live my authentic life and what's real to me. And what's not real is social media. Like, social media is like literally a doorway to hell. And with the public scrutiny, as bad as it is, I just don't want to live my life under a microscope.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard has supposedly left social media in general. She has deactivated her TikTok and she's made her Instagram lockdown private. I was supposed to be covering something else. I only screen recorded certain parts, but those certain parts are of interest to the fact that is the reasoning as to why she has deactivated her account.
So to anyone watching, I wanted to make a video talking about accountability and what that means to me.
She was talking about Godejohn and how she felt when she was finding out if she was going to be put on probation, if she was going to be let out when she was in prison, and the courses she had to do and the therapy she had to do.
No one sees like what my husband sees or what my family sees. I have days that I cry because I keep reliving it in my head. That's my cross to bear.
My last video, that was around the time that she decided to set her social media to private. I know that there's been some ongoings on TikTok with people finding out more information about, you know, Gypsy Rose's ex and everything, and maybe that was a good enough incentive for her to lock down her page. First and foremost, I do just want to say, because this is one of the things that I've said continuously since the very beginning, that I think that social media was not the place for her. I do believe that she obviously had a lot of money even just leaving prison. So everyone's saying that she's there just to make money because she's been in prison. That doesn't really fly, because she already had a lot of money based on the ebook and based off the prison confessions of Gypsy Rose. She's also going to have a lot of money left over, you know, from her reality TV show. I know a lot of people are going to be wanting to tune into that. I've always said, you know, I just don't think social media is the right place for her right now. She needs to kind of like get her life together. But I'm not her. She's not me. She could do whatever she wants. Just to recap, I think it's a good thing. I think if she actually sticks to it, like she did mention that she was going to deactivate her TikTok in a little while, but she literally made those videos the other night, yesterday I do believe, on the 14th, and then boom, overnight her TikTok is now gone. So I don't think she wanted to wait. I think she just wanted to get the hell out of there. Her own words, she said that she just wanted to live a normal life and she doesn't want to be treated like a celebrity. She doesn't want people just coming up to her in the store. In her words, you know, she wants to go buy some tampons and people are trying to take selfies with her, which I 100% get that. I do think that people are still going to want to do that even if she isn't on social media, but I think her being present on social media just gives more people an incentive to go, oh, well, she's a public figure, so I can just go in and say hello. Even if people are influencers, celebrities, public personalities or whatever, I do definitely think always ask, and if someone looks like they don't want to be bugged, definitely don't go over and bug people, because they are humans like the rest of us. So, you know, and like, they're not working, and technically that is work if they're then signing things and whatever. That's just what I think.
I want to go out to the grocery store and, you know, buy a box of tampons and not have to take a selfie with someone. Not that that necessarily bothers me, but, you know, I want people to wave at me because, like, they like me as a person, not because they think, oh my God, there's Gypsy. Oh my gosh, she's famous. Like, I don't see myself as famous.
So this was actually posted to the Reddit thread, the Gypsy Rose Blanchard skeptic one, and this is from Gypsy Rose Anderson's Instagram, so the one that is locked down. I don't have access to it. It's the one that's locked down. And she basically said, please, for the last time, if you're engaging in a conversation with me here, refrain from repeatedly asking whether it's about Gypsy or not. The name is clearly visible. If you have a question, please articulate it directly. If you still harbour doubts while conversing with me, consider utilising the block button. This message is directed to everyone. And this was before she decided just to like fully lock, like take away her TikTok and do the whole accountability thing. This was during that period. There is some conversation going over on TikTok and on Reddit as well as to whether this content creator over here kind of push Gypsy in the direction to take accountability. That was partly what my video was going to be about.
We're asking for accountability. She's giving it. Whether it's authentic or not, we don't know. Only time will tell.
But if you want to find out a bit more about that drama, you can literally go over to Nina Beauty Influencer. Decides to make the accountability video, and the accountability video basically starts off with her saying that she just wants to apologize for coming out really fast and strong within podcasts, and her coming out and like saying that she doesn't identify as an M, and her justification for it was, I don't identify as an M because I wouldn't just go up to somebody and just say, hi, I'm Gypsy Rose and I'm an M.
I came out, I had to promote a documentary, I had to promote my ebook, and going to New York, yeah, it was nice and stuff, but it was so not my life. Does that make sense? Like, I didn't understand why people are so interested in my life. I don't get it at all. And I did some interviews, and I said some things that I feel confused a lot of people. One particular thing I said was on a podcast, and I said I didn't identify as the N-word, which we all know what the N-word is. And what I meant by that was not that I'm not branded the N-word. I know that I am, but it's not like I'm going to go to a job interview and be like, hi, my name is Gypsy Blanchard. I'm an M-word. You know, that's all I meant by it. I meant that my past does not define my future. My future is what I make it.
Which, I'm not going to pick apart this too much, but I think she's kind of missing the point as to why people would say that in the very first place. Also, when she was doing those podcasts, just saying, I can't murder anyone, I'm not a murderer, it wasn't me, it was him. So I feel like that's still not really the argument.
I don't associate myself as a murderer. If you think about it, yes, I had a part to play in it. I asked Nick for help, but he's the one that did the actual kill, not me. So when they say I'm a murderer, I don't identify as that. Let me live my life. Let me reinvent myself. Give me a chance.
He also did mention Nick Godejohn as well, and how she feels bad for the way things were, and that on that night, 2 people lost their lives, which would have been her mum and Nick.
They asked me what was my feelings about my co-defendant, and how did I feel that he is doing life without parole, and in comparison to my sentence. And I was honest with them. I've always felt that I feel like more than one life was taken that night because of me.
Which I feel is a very bold statement for her to make, because this is what a lot of people have been saying for a little while. I do also believe is the fact that Nick should have gotten a fairer trial, purely because of his like disabilities, and just he wasn't very treated very fairly. You know that just based off of like the court documents and of course the interviews and like what was going on. I don't think he was treated as very fairly. I think they just wanted to go like, right, we've got a 2nd degree and a 1st degree murder, right, bish bash bosh done. Which is just that's just my opinion, and a non-professional opinion as well, because I'm not a lawyer. And whether or not people want to say like, you know, oh, she's manipulating people and da 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 da, maybe. But I'm just going to try and take it for face value, in the sense that she did then go on and say that, you know, she doesn't want to be a social media personality anymore. She says that she had a conversation with her dad, and that her dad said, you know, real life is things that you can touch, people that you can hug, etc., etc.
I do my best to try and just live my authentic life and what's real to me. And what's not real is social media. Like, social media is like literally a doorway to hell. Like, it's so crazy. I can't even wrap my head around what social media is. I thought that once I got out of prison, I'd come out and I'd enjoy social media like the next, you know, person, taking selfies of myself in the mirror and just acting goofy and everything. You know, it's the simple stuff in life, right?
she did say that, you know, social media is a doorway to hell and she just didn't realize and whatever. And you have to think about the fact that she has been in prison, and social media has evolved so much since, you know, upon her release. It has evolved so much. I feel like every single 6 months there's a brand new app, trend, whoever, whatever. So can you imagine being behind bars for like nearly 10 years and then you then come out and it's like the days of Bebo are no longer. Bebo? No, it would have still been Facebook. I do understand where she's coming from, which is the reasoning why I said, and a lot of other people were saying, that she shouldn't be on social media right now, because social media will literally break you, especially if you have been convicted of being a second-degree murderer, have been convicted of that. You're going to have so many people who are just dead against what you're doing. It doesn't matter what you do.
A lot of people probably already noticed that I deleted my Instagram, my public one, the one with the... It was 7.8 million followers when I deactivated it, or I deleted it. I permanently deleted it. And a lot of people are like, what happened? What happened? And what happened is I had a really good conversation with my dad, actually. And he gave me some guidance that I feel like I really needed. And that guidance was to just show me that, like, real life is something you could touch, something that you could feel, people that you could actually hug. And with the public scrutiny, as bad as it is, I just don't want to live my life under a microscope.
What I will say, though, is that she is saying that, you know, obviously she doesn't want to be on social media anymore. She said that she's deactivated her Instagram and she's going to permanently delete it, something a bit like that. She wants to do the same for TikTok, but she said she would do TikTok in a little while, but she did it just then. She says that she's got her reality TV show coming out, and that's going to be a big project for her. Now, I will just say, if this isn't just a one-off, they call it a docu-follow. I don't care. You're trying to make it sound fancier than it actually is. I think it's a reality TV show. Is there a slight possibility that maybe she is just deactivating everything because she doesn't want to give the game away of what her reality TV show is going to be doing and what they're going to be doing on there? Because a lot of people have already said, like, is she pregnant? Are they getting a divorce? Has this been going on? And if any of that is true, which I don't think it is, but if any of that is true, they won't want to spoil that because everyone will have already have known what's gone on in time for the show. Do you know what I mean? It would be like old news. It'd be boring. They want to try and keep something secret. That could be a possibility. However, I felt like she was actually being quite genuine here. Have people saying she's manipulating you? I think she is being as genuine as she has been in her accountability videos. Now, do some of her things not match up? No, definitely not. I don't think some of her things match up. But does everyone deserve to be heard? And, you know, if she's coming out and she's saying, I just don't want to be on social media anymore, I don't want to be famous, I just want to go back to living a normal life, I do think she maybe should have thought about that, you know, even a few years. Like, she's had all this time to think about it because her ebook and the prison confessions, that happened like, what, a year before her release. So she has had time to think about this, but that would have been what would have earned her money. So anything she then earned after that would have just been, you know, extra for being on social media. And she's just going to have to accept the fact that her life wasn't normal to begin with, and her life is not going to be normal even now if she gets off social media. But I feel like it is a step in the right direction, and it will do her mental health the world of good just getting off social media. But is it just because she's doing a reality TV show? That's just like the cynical part of me, because I did actually feel that she was being quite genuine through those videos. That would be like my counter argument if I were to come up with one. So yeah, so that is pretty much all I wanted to say on the situation. It's been like ultra short, and I do apologize for not being able to produce like all of the things that she was saying, but I've relayed it and I've then shown you parts of it. But yeah, I do apologize for that. I didn't actually think that she would delete her TikTok. I didn't think she'd delete it this soon, so I wasn't in any, you know, post haste. Anyway, I wasn't being very timely with it. But hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video.